I don't know how to explain how awesome this Whitehill cutter is right here. I just used it for the first time and I'm kind of at a loss of words to try and figure out how to explain this. It's kind of like the difference between digging a hole with a shovel or digging a hole with an excavator, or driving a truck with power steering versus driving a truck without power steering. I mean, the rate at which it will remove material for these tenons, and to do it so cleanly and with so little effort on my part, just seems inconsistent. It seems like it's not real. I'm gonna fire it up and cut the tenon on the other side. I'm gonna leave the video in real time so you can hear it and how quick and efficient it just cuts through this whole thing and then leaves the cleanest tenons I've ever seen. When I cut these first tenons, I put my board in place and I set it against the fence and I slowly approached the cutter, kind of thinking I would sort of test it out, expecting that I should probably have to pull it back and do a pass and then push it forward and do a pass. But as the wood engaged with the board, I realized how easily it was cutting it all and then just pushed right through, which honestly blew my mind. And for guys that use these big shapers and these tools a lot, it might not be a big surprise for you, but for me, it was a massive surprise. So I've got my board in place here. I'm just gonna move my clamp over and then clamp the board down, and I've got it up against the fence, which sets the max depth of where I want my tenons to be. And I've got my cutter set up at the right height, so I can just go ahead and push through. Now I'll put this guard down in place to make sure I'm nice and safe. So I'm gonna come down here and push on the on button and then watch this thing wind up. I mean, that just chews right through that. And look how clean that tenon is. So I'm gonna flip it over, we'll do the other side, and this time I want you to notice, I'm gonna shoot it from a bit further back, and I want you to notice how much effort I'm putting into pushing this, that's translating into all that wood coming off. That's what's messing me up, is like how little effort I'm doing on my side to remove so much material at once. And that's not even the maximum amount that it could take off at once. I'm only taking off part of it. Like, it's actually insane how incredible that is. And then the quality of the cut absolutely blows me away. Like, just look at how insanely clean these tenons are. And look at these shoulder joints right in here, like where the shoulder meets the tenon. Absolutely perfect. And it makes these insanely clean cuts with basically only 4 cutters. There's this cutter right here on the one side, this one on the other side, and then these 2 top ones right here. And this little corner of this carbide cutter right here and this little corner, those are the ones that meet up in the corner by the shoulder and give us that insanely clean cut. There's also 2 on the bottom here if I was using the bottom side to cut as well, but I was only cutting from about here up.